Hey guys, welcome to the MrMaple Show. I'm Matt and this is my brother Tim. We also own Buchholz Nursery. We love giving you tours of this amazing garden. And that's what we're doing today. We're going to give you a little bit of a walkthrough with a voiceover.
And this is a spring tour of Buchholz Nursery. We're actually going through the display gardens that's right behind the office of Buchholz Nursery. It's one of the most amazing gardens on the planet.
Yeah, I love this place. Got a little bit of an aerial shot here. Absolutely phenomenal gardens. There's some of the original trees are in this garden, and many trees that are over 50 years old. Talon bought the land from JD Vertrees family, so it's got a lot of historical significance from JD Vertrees to Talon Buchholz, and hopefully something we can carry on here through the guys at MrMaple now purchasing Buchholz Nursery. So this is a little look around our wholesale farm for a lot of you that don't get out there, and just some amazing specimens.
I think it's hard to capture how big these trees are. These specimens are ginormous.
Yeah, this is coming up on a Sangu Kaku, and you can see the older gray bark on the Sangu Kaku, but the tree itself is probably more like 25 feet.
And he uses a lot of, rocks in this garden as well to just sort of give this really nice hardscaping with the Japanese maples. They go so well with the Japanese maples and the conifers in this garden. This garden is known as the Floral Wonder Arboretum.
Yeah, you see some Nabari on bonsai. Well, they're mimicking older trees. I mean, here you see some Nabari on old trees that are 50 plus years old, some of them. So many beautiful lace leaves tucked in here. There's a million plants. There's so many great conifers. We recently went through and did an inventory update on everything in the ground, and it's pretty extensive.
Yeah, that's one of the best things about this place is it's a beautiful nursery, but the gardens are just phenomenal as well, and that gives you something to take sounds off of, but also look through so many interesting seeds and just enjoy the beauty of what this garden is.
Now, many of the selections made by Talon Buchholz that are part of the Floral Wonder collection come from seedlings from this garden. There's several big specimens here that are seeding. The one we're actually walking up to right now is a Tsukushigata. That is one of the best Tsukushigata in the entire planet. Absolutely phenomenal tree, wide reach. I bet you the reach of this tree is over 40 feet wide.
It's hard to get a full capture of this tree. I'd love to shoot a cultivar highlight with it, but there's so many other trees around it. Mm-hmm. It's hard to capture how big this actually tree is.
We'll do like a drone video for a cultivar highlight on this. Beautiful purple borders though.
Yeah, purple borders with that chartreuse yellow-green center to the foliage. Gives it something just extra, grabs your attention, often known as red fingernails.
So many standout conifers too. There's a Goldilocks over here. Right in front of that is one of the ones we did a highlight on. That's Ojishi. Beautiful Ojishi. Very large specimen of that as well. I don't know if we captured it, but right to our right over here, we're going to see it here in just a second. There we go. Behind all that is an orange dream. Now that's the tree that Marmalade was found underneath. They're just some amazing specimens back here, guys. We're also on the corner where Talon's first Alpenweiss is, and that thing has gave way to many cool seedlings like Eye Candy. And here we have an older Manino Sato here in the gardens.
Yeah, Manino Sato just has that unique variegation where every leaf is differently variegated with chartreuse on deep maroon in the early spring. Later on in the summer, we'll go to a green on green. And, that's one of the cool things about seeing these plants is you can actually see these full specimens and what these trees mature to.
So many great conifers. There's a mix of things in here. We do some where we go through and do a breakdown on every single plant, but today we just kind of want to show you a little bit of the gardens, kind of let you feel like you walked around here a little bit yourself. That's kind of the idea of this video. Now back here we have some Tamukiyamas that are arranged, and there are a bunch of multi-stems that make that big mound of red you saw there in the middle. You can actually get up in there. It's like a castle. I can't wait to take my kids one day and let them hide in there. there's actually about 8 different trees that make up that one giant tree.
Now, this is Hupp's dwarf here, found by Barbara Hupp. One in that Macawa family with the twisting leaves to it. Definitely a really cool specimen there. He uses a lot of barberries too around in this garden, which is something that complements Japanese maples really well. He's got some of the red forms as well, some of the yellows. We offer many of those here on MrMaple as well.
There's not a bad spot to be in this garden, though. It's very relaxing. It's very peaceful. Until I see some big bones that like a mountain lion drug in. But other than that, it's very relaxing and peaceful.
That is one of the shocking things. You'll be walking around there, and then you'll walk up on this bone, and you're like, there's not a dog on this property.
Right.
And you start talking to the people who work there all the time. And they're like, yeah, we've seen some tracks before. Definitely some mountain lions in the area.
Hey, more power to them. Let's get the mountain lions in there and let them eat all the rabbits that are trying to munch on my trees. Now, we just scrolled past it quickly, but that was the original purple ghost. You can go see a full cultivar highlight on this channel of the original purple ghost. Been there since '92. Just an absolutely outstanding plant.
I mean, you look at these trees. Many of these trees were planted years and years ago. Talon's nursery is over 40-something years old. And so you're looking at many trees here that have quite a bit of age to them. So you've got some of the biggest trees in the world on many of these big specimens.
This area is great. There's a little pergola back there. Sometimes I like to get back there and chill a little bit. There's another huge Hupp's dwarf. I'm still finding plants. It's been over, September will be 1 year since we purchased Buchholz Nursery, but it's been 1 year since we started negotiations. And every time I go out there, I find new plants I didn't know about. There's still a few areas I haven't even been to yet, so I'm pretty excited to go and explore.
This is a cool shot. I think Corbin actually took the drone through the garden.
Right, you're flying with us through this.
You're flying on a drone right now.
There's the original Algiton, and here's our big elephant. I love the big elephant.
That thing is pretty killer. Big old
Talon didn't realize he had a giant elephant in the garden. One of the workers said, "I'll meet you at the elephant." And Talon was like, "What are you talking about?" And he took him back there. It was kind of funny. And he's like, "Oh, that's an elephant." I mean, it looks like it's perfectly crafted for that, but it kind of just grew into it, which is hilarious. Yeah, literally one of the workers one day was like, "I'll just meet you at the elephant." He's like, "What do you mean?"
Here's that big Tamukiyama.
Oh, my kids, I can't wait to take them. I'm taking mom and dad very soon to see Buchholz for the first time and enjoy those gardens. But when my kids are a little bit bigger, I'll take them out there. And they're definitely going to enjoy hiding in this one. You can get inside of there. I mean, the overall top to this thing's probably 14, 15 feet high. But it is a conglomerate, so it's not just one tree. You've got many trees creating this appeal. Many different high grafts, some high, some mid, some low. And the overall presence of all those trees together create this one, it looks like a 500-year-old Tamukiyama.
We saw similar people do that in Japan as well. I saw that at Kobayashi Momiji Inn and at Tsukasa Maple, where they would either do high grafts or they would plant multiple trees together to
create. All right, y'all, here's a look inside the Tamukiyama playground. It brings out the little kid in me. It's like, check out this fort. It's gorgeous. Absolutely love getting inside of here. Again, layering high grafts and lows create this aesthetic. Kind of just creates its own little room inside, so you can get in here and check it out. One of my favorite shots, so I love getting in there. There's some specimens. I crawled up inside the big Jiro Shidari last time I was there too. I was playing around.
We took people inside the Macawa for the Macawa seedling video.
Yeah, watch the Macawa seedling factory video. We'll do a little poke inside the
world's biggest Macawa.
Yeah, kind of give you a view of that trunk in there. Now again, this one's cheating. There's several massive trees that have been high grafted, mid layer grafted, creating this 14-foot, really just wall of Tamukiyama, which is pretty cool.
The interesting thing is it's the light that helps create the shape, so it looks like one tree from the outside.
Yeah, I mean, it's layered together very well. That's where I'd be taking my breaks.
Put us a little chair underneath there.
Right. So it looks like our Aria pendula wasn't quite in leaf, but that's the original purple ghost behind that beautiful yellow beech in front of that, normally contrasting with the original purple ghost. But those are late to leaf out, so if you ever are worried about your beeches, they can almost be almost June sometimes before they get full leaf in Oregon.
Yeah, and that's one of the things we always get questions about is, hey, why isn't my beech in leaf? Well, it leaves out typically a full month later than everything else. So many cool flowering plants in this garden as well. I mean, he's got some of the rarest plants from around the world.
So much color in this garden, though. It's a place you can just kind of go and get lost in the area. Even if you're not a maple and a conifer guru, there's some just outstanding plants. Love this garden, and I love sharing it with you guys because I like to get out here as frequently as possible.
Really nice Corylopsis spicata Golden Spring, also known as Corylopsis spicata aria right there. One of my favorite Corylopsis are just giving that yellow color in the garden.
Well, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this brief tour. We'll do another part to this where we kind of let you view around Buchholz Nursery. If you like maple-related content like this, we're doing it for free here on the Mr. Maple Show. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share our videos. It really helps us get our content out there. And again, we do all this for free, just as a side thing to our Mr. Maple business. So if you like this kind of content, you can support it by shopping on MrMaple.com.
Take care.
God bless.
And have a great day.